Biodiversity refers to the variety of living organisms like animals, plants, fungi, and microorganisms that live in an ecosystem. Each biome has its own form of biodiversity in some way, and these complexes create the balance to the ecosystem. This variety ensures that the ecosystem still works after one of its components shuts down, as variety of the same functional group takes its place. How about we look into one of the most diverse biomes in our world, a sunken world that is filled with life, shrubberies, and diversities, the sunken world of water. The world of water includes forms such as rivers, oceans, beaches, and swamps, and other niche forms such as deltas and mangroves. Although they differ in their composition, almost all of them, however, have the same functional groups. Most ecosystems are supported by oxygen-producing organisms such as phytoplankton, algae, and other marine plants like seagrass and kelp. These organisms provide one of the most essential components needed for cellular respiration, which is oxygen. A large portion of oxygen production comes from algae, including cyanobacteria, microalgae, and macroalgae. Because there are so many different species involved, the ecosystem does not rely on just one type. If one of the group of algae is removed, the system can still function. This shows how biodiversity helps maintain continuous oxygen production. Another part of the ecosystem is the food chain. Typically, it is composed of producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers create their own food through photosynthesis and form the base of the ecosystem. Consumers depend on producers or other consumers for energy, while decomposers break down leftover organic material and recycle nutrients back into the environment. Within this structure, there are levels such as primary consumers, secondary consumers, and sometimes tertiary consumers. For example, in a marine ecosystem, producers like seagrass, kelp, and phytoplankton generate energy through photosynthesis. These are then consumed by primary consumers such as small fish, sea urchins, or crustaceans. Secondary consumers like larger fish, squid, or octopus feed on these smaller organisms. Tertiary consumers, including sharks or even humans, feed on higher-level consumers. Lastly, decomposers such as bacteria and marine worms break down waste materials and dead organisms, returning the nutrients back to the system. Biodiversity plays a major role in keeping this entire ecosystem stable. Ecosystem stability can be explained through two main concepts: resistance and resilience. Resistance is the ability of the ecosystem to remain relatively unchanged when faced with disturbances such as storms or environmental stress. Resilience, on the other hand, is the ability of the ecosystem to recover and return to its original state after the disturbance has occurred. One way biodiversity supports stability is through functional redundancy. This means that multiple species can perform similar roles within the ecosystem. If one species is lost, others can take over its function. For example, if one type of decomposer is affected by a sudden environmental change, other decomposers can continue the process of nutrient recycling. Biodiversity also enhances stability, which is based on niche differentiation. Different species use resources in slightly different ways, times, and location. Because of this, resources are used more efficiently, leaving little to no unused space. This makes it harder for invasive species to establish themselves. Over time, this efficient use of resources helps maintain ecosystem structure and supports long-term stability. Although biodiversity is a rock-solid system, it is still, however, susceptible to human actions. Therefore, we must take a stand, take action, learn, and respect other creatures. We shall be a leader, a liaison, and especially a steward of the new world. Bye-bye!